Hi, I'm Rob Boyd, an English photographer from the UK. I decided to create this podcast series talking to international photographers whose work I truly love. I realised I knew nothing about these amazing people apart from their names and their stunning work. So I created a set of hopefully entertaining questions that finds out who they are and what they love. Hi Iris, thanks for joining me so much and thanks for being the first guest. If you can start by saying what's your Instagram name?
Hello. My Instagram name is iris.straatfoto. So that's Dutch for street photos. It's iris.straatfoto is my Instagram name.
And do you have a website?
No, I don't. I'm working on one. It's in the making, but yeah, it's tedious and it keeps going wrong. But that's definitely something I'm going to be getting in the next couple of months.
Well, look forward to that. That'd be great. And where do you live?
I live in Rotterdam in Holland or the Netherlands. It depends. I think the Netherlands is official. So in Rotterdam, and I've been living here for quite a long time now.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Bath. I grew up in Bath in the southwest of England. It's actually a really beautiful city, with Roman baths in the middle. I don't know if you know it, but gorgeous place to grow up in and completely the opposite to Rotterdam, which is quite nice. So I've lived in two completely different cities, but it's definitely a gorgeous place to grow up in.
Excellent stuff. So if I visited you, where would you take me to shoot?
Well, I would obviously take you to Rotterdam because I'd like to show you my hometown. And I think for you personally, I'd take you to like spots where the colour, because obviously you do colour well. Your photos really you nail the color, so I would take you to places where there's like yellow houses, and there are certain places in Rotterdam that I would take you where I think you would like, busy with people but also very colorful.
And are there any places to visit as a tourist?
There are like typical the yellow house is what I was just talking about, but also like Markthal, and there's like the Euromast, which is like you can see the city skyline, although you can see the city skyline from a lot of tall buildings as well these days. That used to be like a really high building, but it's not anymore. I think there's more higher buildings, but and also where the cruise ships come in, the Wilhelminakade, that's like a sort of it's got some amazing modern architecture that's mixed with the old, so the old and the new mixed together, and I'd definitely take you there as well. But that's also a really nice place to go for tourists.
And what's your favourite destination in the world?
My favourite destination is Swanage in Dorset.
Yeah, I know Swanage.
I can't believe you know Swanage. That is so cool. And did you know that Swanage has still got a Wimpy's? Are there still like Wimpy's in other parts of Britain or not? But there's still a Wimpy's in Swanage. Did you ever go to the Wimpy's?
No, I don't remember that, but I remember the arcade machines, with the 10p's. You put the 10p's in.
Arcades and the Crazy Golf. But no, that is my favourite, my all-time favourite destination is Swanage, Dorset. So for people who don't know it, Google it.
Where would you like to most visit in the world?
I'd like to go to Tokyo, New York as well, but my favourite at the top of the list is Tokyo. Whenever I see street photos of Tokyo, I'm just like, oh, I really want to go there. It looks cool, the people look cool, everything looks cool there, and I don't know, I'd really love to go to Tokyo. So that's definitely at the top of my list. Although New York is on my wish list as well. I've never been, and I've heard a lot about it, but definitely Tokyo. I know a lot of people want to go there, but so do I.
Bit random question. If you could time travel, where and when would you visit?
That would have to be with my dad. It would have to be. And not necessarily a memory that I have with my dad, but I think I would like to travel back to his youth. So say when he was like 17, 18, in South London, because he was really into music. I mean, he's always, although he's not alive anymore, but he was always really into music, and so he was kind of into the underground music scene in London in the 60s, and I think I would really want to go on the streets with him and back to his youth in South London. I'd love to do that.
And if you could photograph anyone in history, who would you shoot?
Oh, this is one of those ones like, what's your favorite song, or what's your? But at the top of my head, it would have to be David Bowie. I've always found him really, really intriguing. I mean, not just his stage persona, obviously, because that was pretty unusual back in the day. And I remember as a little girl seeing posters of him and thinking he was quite weird. But it's when he takes all that off, and whenever he's done an interview, or whenever I've always sort of thought he was really worth listening to. So it's the kind of person, I just find him as a whole really attractive, like not necessarily easy on the eye attractive, but kind of just someone worth listening to, someone you could learn a lot from or be inspired by. He just seems so genuine and so, I don't know, there's just something about him that I really like, and I would have loved to photograph him. And then not in his stage persona, but as David.
Tell me a fun fact about yourself.
I was a massive Formula One fan. Way back in the day, I was a massive Damon Hill fan. I mean, I have photos of myself standing next to the track because you're allowed to then. And later on, Max Verstappen. I don't have much time for Formula One, or any time actually anymore, so I don't follow it anymore. But I used to be a huge Formula One fan. I was a real nerd. I knew all about the sport. So yeah, loved it. Loved it. I've been to Belgium, been to Grand Prix, and but there isn't time for that anymore. So unfortunately, I haven't seen a race in years. But no, that's the only one I can think of.
What's your favourite word?
Awkward. No, there is. I love the word awkward, and I love the word fuck.
I mean, come on, we're British, isn't it, our DNA?
we, we were spoon fed it. I bet you use it. You must use it at least once a week.
More like 10 times a day.
Yeah, see? Okay. Next question. Oh, my voice has gone high.
Because it's an international podcast, teach me a new word or a saying I might not know.
Okay, I'm going to teach you a Dutch word that's not even really a word, but I use it quite often. And it's schami bami. And schami bami basically means it's embarrassing, but like awkward embarrassing. So, oh, that's a bit schami bami would be like saying, oh, that's a bit awkward embarrassing. The word, it doesn't exist, okay? So, oh God, all people listening that know Dutch know this is like my made up little words, but I'm going to teach it. But you have to know the ch. I don't think you can do the ch. So it's schami bami. Try it.
Scrammy bammy.
I'm impressed. I won't make you say it over and over again.
When did photography click for you? Excuse the pun. What moment did you realise you could take a good photo?
I've enjoyed taking photos since I was about 9, so I've actually enjoyed taking photos for most of my life. I don't know why. I just really enjoyed documenting things, but I also enjoy things like the making of, when there's documentaries about the making of a film or behind the scenes. I've always been quite interested in behind the scenes, so I guess that behind the camera is born out of that interest. And then street photography, I've just always liked everything street. So like street art, street sports, life on street. Always loved being outside, even when I was a young child. So, the fact that those two came together was almost, yeah, that happened really naturally, just out of all the things I really enjoy. Whether I can take a good photo or not, I mean, I like my photos, but I find that quite difficult to think, oh, can I take a good photo? I don't know if I could say that about myself, but I mean, I like them. I definitely like them, and I really just really enjoy doing it.
What's your favourite 3 photos you've taken, and why do you like them?
There's one I've got framed of a man walking in a hat, and it's like the back, and I just love that photo. I can't really explain why I love it. I do remember when I saw him and he was walking into the location where I took the photo. I thought, oh, I really want to get this shot, and I did. So it was quite exciting to get it, because if he turned round or whatever, then it would have been ruined or that kind of stuff. But I just love the way that I love that photo. And there's recently a couple of photos that mean a lot to me, because when they were taken, I was going through quite a lot, and then I think I was just inspired by life, and I went out and I thought, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get this shot today, and then suddenly I got an amazing shot. I don't know why, but I really love 3 of my photos, mainly because of the mood I was in when I was taking them, I think, rather than that's probably the reason, to be honest.
What advice would you give a new photographer?
Have fun, go and find out what you like to do, what you want to take photos of, um, and have fun doing it. Also, don't someone else's opinion is someone else's opinion. Just keep to what you want to do, and do what you like, rather than what you think you should be doing. And just do that, because then you're going to enjoy it, and then you're going to keep at it, and you've got to put the work in. You've got to, especially with street, the only way, I mean, I just think practice does help, and being out and visiting new streets and new cities. But my main thing is enjoy it, and do what you want to do, what makes you happy.
Finally, what's next and what your photography goals?
Oh, I'd like to do another exhibition. I'd like to visit a few more cities, definitely. And I'm really working on the portraits at the moment. I want to get to somewhere with portraits. I'm not sure where it is, but I want to get there. So I'm really working on my portraits more when I can. And then I'm not talking about the street work you see on Instagram, and I also do portrait work as well, but outside, street portraits. Um, but yeah, and also I'd love to have another exhibition, and just keep just yeah I don't know, I just want to be out. We're going into spring now and summer, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Amazing. That's it. Our time is up. Thanks for being my first guest. And I love your work. So I really appreciate you taking your time and being my first guest.
Thank you so much for having me, and I really enjoyed it, and we always have a laugh anyway, but thank you so much. It was fun, and good luck with the rest, and I look forward to hearing them as well.